The food and beverage industry is undergoing fundamental changes in how consumers buy and what they want to know about the products they buy. At the same time, the industry faces an increased focus on health by consumers, companies, and governments, and a rapidly changing competitive environment with the proliferation of new channels, producers, and products that compete with established brands and outlets. Historically, the food and beverage industry was focused on shelf life and inventory challenges. In addition to these challenges, today's companies are faced with unprecedented changes that stress innovation, business model evolution, and supply chain agility. Having the right products with the right content and characteristics and the right information clearly displayed is necessary, but it's not enough to guarantee success. The products must also be positioned in the right places at the right time for customers to be able to buy, and that's the job of the supply chain. To keep up with rapidly changing demand, an effective food and beverage supply chain must be fully in sync with its consumers through technology-enabled sensing to satisfy multiple channels with seamless visibility and fulfillment. The fulfillment of that demand is from stock kept in warehouses and distribution centers. In this video, we will focus on three fundamental challenges that constrain warehouses and distribution center operations. They are customer orders, the warehouse assets themselves, and labor. Achieving perfect order fulfillment. In an IDC Manufacturing Insights paper on logistics and shipping efficiency, Simon Ellis, Practice Director at Supply Chain Strategies, says, many customers are increasingly asking for compressed order lead times. The Warehouse Education and Research Council defines the perfect order metric as one delivered complete, on time, damage-free, and with correct documentation and invoicing. Customers expect the perfect order, and more perfect orders equals fewer imperfect orders, because correcting imperfect orders eats into profits, adding costs such as premium freight, excessive overtime, and extending payment turnaround times. Companies are penalized and fined for orders improperly labeled, packaged, or delivered. Retailers demand more elaborate packaging in boxing and delivery formats, but with competition and big box retail power, suppliers are unable to pass on the costs of these added demands. Maximizing warehouse asset utilization. Inventory velocity. When you lack inventory velocity, you need more warehouse space, more staff, and handling equipment. As demands and pressures grow, manufacturers and distributors tend to spend more on warehouse equipment such as forklifts, pallet jacks, and conveyors, as well as contracting for more warehouse space, often at premium rates. The solution is to optimize layout and storage in existing space with systems for efficient inventory flow and visibility, locating the fastest moving items closest to the pick faces and shipping docks. Avoiding inventory obsolescence. ERP systems lack detailed inventory tracking. They see different pallets as one bundle of inventory or lot. They are unable to track the lots and expiration dates of those pallets. Products expire, become obsolete, occupying valuable warehouse space until they are disposed. With advanced warehouse management software, or WMS, distributors in the consumer packaged goods and food and beverage industry can manage customer-specific shelf life constraints, automatically hold items for quality control testing, and for products that need time for settling and bottle aging. In the cold storage environment, the WMS will automatically drive business rules such as dwell time in the blast freezer determined by the incoming shipment's temperature upon receiving. A WMS will also capture weight by pallet and record the variable weight of individual units. Here, The solution is to enforce FIFO or FIFO rotation by correct put-away, storage and picking, providing visibility of inventory per location down to lot and pack size level with expiry dates. Here, an advanced WMS helps inventory management with work and task management directed via radio frequency, RF, or voice devices. Improving labour productivity. It is not cost effective for all warehouses to automate all the operations completely. Labour is still integral to the inventory processes. To reduce excessive labour costs, warehouses must plan their labour requirements efficiently to meet performance expectations without adding labour resources. Advanced WMS accurately calculates the required labour to complete the work. WMS can detect deviations from the plan, and the WMS dashboards alert managers to make corrective actions immediately. The WMS guides operators through the prescribed process to optimize task sequencing based on their task permissions, work priorities, and physical proximity to the affected locations, areas, and zones in the warehouse. Easy-to-use information ensures process adherence and assists in the rapid training of new recruits to the warehouse. Along with the inventory transactions, warehouse operators can offer value-added services per customer for accurate and comprehensive billing. Talk to us at Softworx about Infor supply chain solutions that can help you. For Softworx Media, I am Peter Reynolds, Solutions Consultant for the Infor Master Partner in Africa.